Philip is going to process the video. I'll post a raw video after this lesson, so that you guys can have quick access to it and experiment and do anything, the fancy stuff, right? Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Sorry, just bear with me. I'll make it a bit bigger so you guys can see. All right, here we go. And then we're going to call this image slider. So I'll just quickly show you exactly what we'll be recreating or creating essentially. You probably have seen it before. If not, that's okay. I'll just quickly give you an example. And, you can add this to your ever growing list of skills. So we want to create something like that, where if you click the button, it moves the image. Same thing if you click the back button, it goes back to the previous selection, and so forth and so forth. Okay. So, what do we need in order to achieve this? It's pretty simple. Nothing too difficult, I hope, or rather, I wish to explain it as easy as I can. I'll try and explain it in the most simplest sense I can. But if you have any questions during the tutorial, please raise your hand. You feel free to interrupt me. I'm here to help you guys. Okay. All right. Um. Yeah. So what do we need? I'm just gonna write down the three things that we need. Okay. So what we need is the following. So we need
What are we doing?
image slider.
Ooh.
Yes, I'll quickly show you. I think you missed it. Um,
Because we were getting ready to go out now while I was in the lesson, so
okay, something like this, Cooper, like that.
oh, okay, thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. You are most welcome. So what was I saying? We need three things. So we need images, obviously. So we need
Mm.
images. We need some fun CSS tricks. Okay. And we need JavaScript to control the index. Now, I'll explain what all of this means, okay? Don't worry, I promised you once I finish this lesson, I'm going to post a video to the Slack so you guys can have early access to it, okay? Right, enough of me talking. So let's go to Queen Bee's favorite place. Let's look for, yep, the usual. That's what we're gonna find. I don't even know what to say, but ay ay ay. Uh, no, like, um, I want like horizontal. Yeah. Okay, let's take that one. I don't mind this one. So I'll take this little baby. Okay. Uh, and then we'll save it to the desktop. Sliding images. I'll create a folder in here called images because I want to store things in one place. So I'll call this one baby. Okay. The next one will go. Um, I'll go James Harden just for Sir Leon, just for Sir Leon. Well, nothing came up. NBA. Let's see. Seriously? Nothing came up for James Harden? Well, I'll take these guys. I don't know. We'll just take them. Although I'm not a big fan of tattoos, but it's okay. So we'll call these ballers. Koopa. What should we search for? Koopa. C. Yeah, we'll search the C because I want you guys to get different perspectives of the image. Yes. So we'll call this C. And for myself, oops, sorry. Messed up, sorry. I'll search for Space Cosmos. Yeah. Why not? There we go. All right. So I'll just take any random image.
Stop it.
Wait, is this free? This one? Yeah, this one looks free. Okay. All right. So we'll go Spaceman. Okay. Now the boring part is done, or the first boring part. So let's create a section, okay? And in this section, we want to have, whoa. Okay, hello, Salem, hello. How are you? Good to have you in the lesson. So we're going to go image slider, okay? All right. And in this one, we want to have our images, all right? So we'll go image times 4. So we're going to have 4 different images, okay? Now, I'll just quickly go images and I'll put like this as a default. You don't really need alt. Alt is just like alternative text. Like, for example, let's say Salim is here. For example, let's say I forgot to attach an image here. Like, let me just put president.png, which doesn't exist. Is just going to put Salim is here. That's all that alt text is. You don't really need it in most parts, but if you want to do it, go for it. I usually just delete it, okay? So we'll start with the baby, okay? And I believe the second image was ballers, the basketballers, okay? And third image was the sea. All right, and last one was the spaceman. Cool. All right, we're nearly there, guys. Excuse me. That face. It's too much. The next thing we do is obviously we create our obligatory CSS file, and we'll create our slider.js file. Okay, I'll call it slider, okay, just to make it rudimentary and self-explanatory, okay? I don't know who's messaging on WhatsApp, sorry. I'll quit so we don't get distractions. Right. So let's just quickly do what we know how to do. The star, this asterisk, remember from way back. I don't know if I've stretched around, but I'll put comments. Sorry, I keep forgetting to put comments. When you see the character star, this means the CSS will target everything, okay? So we'll put star. You guys are used to going div, p, a tag, span tag, h1, etc. But if you want to target everything, you just go star, okay? So I'm going to remove the margin because there's like these margins here, which I don't really like as much. Let's go back. Yeah, hello, Salim. How are you? So margins, oh, sorry about that. Padding, 0. And then we're going to go box sizing, border box. So it just makes things fit together, okay? Now, you see like this white gap here? This is the margin that we want to get rid of. And if we import our CSS, we already know how to do this, but I'll just show you again. You type link, and you know it's a CSS file. So if you select that, it'll automatically import your style.css. Now, if you were here yesterday, I even made this tatenda.css. It doesn't matter what you call this file. Traditionally, it's called style.css. You can call it anything you like. Okay. And then obviously we want to import our JavaScript. So let's go source. So the JavaScript for this is called slider.js. Okay. We haven't finished with our CSS. I need to fix the image. So because the image is too big, I know Queen Bee enjoys like these big eyes and nostrils. That's right. But we want to make sure the image is a display block with 100%, max with 100%. So everything just fits onto the page. Okay. All right. This way it allows us to make sure that the image grows with the screen. Okay. So if you see here, even if I go smaller or big, it's always going to adjust to the screen size. Okay. Right. Enough of that. Now, in order to achieve the sliding effect, we want to what do you say? Put the images side by side. Now, you could probably tell me, oh, okay, sir, we've done this before. Don't we just go display grid or display flex and everything is hunky-dory? Yeah, you're right. We can try that. So we can go in here and say, for example, hello, Audrey. Hello, how are you? We could go in here and then we can say display flex, right? And then everything will be in the horizontal and everyone's like, yay, we did it. But no. Let me just duplicate this and close that. It will go back, sorry. I'll create a new tab which doesn't go forward or backwards. Okay, there we go. So this, it will go back, sorry. So you could do that, but it won't work. And I'll prove to you why it won't work if you use display grid. Because we want to use something called translations or 3D translations. It's okay, Audrey. That's right. You're still on time. We haven't missed much anyway, so I'm just starting. I've listed all the things we have to achieve at the top here, but as I promised everyone else, I'm not going to wait for Brother Philip to edit the video. I'll post the raw video after this lesson. Okay, as soon as we finish this lesson, I'm going to post a raw video on Slack. Okay, right. Now, let's do some CSS trickery, shall we? Let's go in here and go inspect. Right. Now, we want the images to sort of come in. So if you look at that effect that we were exploring, where the image is like side by side, okay? In this instance, like for this one, where the image is like side by side like this. As I was explaining, you can do display flex, but it's not going to work properly. And I'll show you the math. I'll show you the mathematics behind it. So what we want to do is we want to go image slider here, image. And I don't know how much you guys remember positioning. We did positioning a long time ago. Things like position relative, position absolute, position sticky, position fixed, and all that stuff. It's been a while. I don't expect you to remember it. But I'm going to show you something that will trigger your memory, hopefully. Let's go position absolute. Okay. And let's see what's happening. I just want you guys to have an idea of what just happened. So none of the other images disappeared. What basically happened is the latest image, or the image that's the last on the list, is the one that gets stacked on top. Let's say, for example, we want to see the baby, right? I can adjust the Z index. So the Z index is like going into the screen, like in front of the screen, away from the screen. It's like 3D space. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, but just bear with me. I'll try and make it easy. So if we wanted to put the baby picture on top of the spaceman, because if you look here, the spaceman image is the last one on the list, but the baby image is the first. So the images are more or less stacked. It's almost like a photo album. Okay. It's like it's like the spaceman is the latest page. The baby is the first page. But if we wanted to put the baby image on top of everything, we'll use what's called a Z index. And then you can do anything 1 to 1 million. Nothing matters. Okay. You can do one here. Let's say maybe we want the C to be the topmost. We can do Z index 100, so the C is always going to be 100 units above the baby image. Now, I don't expect you to cram all of this. I'm just trying to show you like what just happened when I toggled this position absolute. Okay. Because by default, this is position relative, okay? But we want things to be absolute, and I'll show you why now. So let's go top 0, for example. I'll make the image slider container to be position relative, okay? So these images don't escape this box. Now,
Oh,
yeah, hello.
no, say I was just getting comfortable in the car.
It's okay, come on. I thought I scared you or something. It's right. So width is 100%. Now, if we wanted the images to be laid across side by side, I'll demonstrate. I'll copy the code. I'll copy the CSS code, and then I'll explain exactly what I'm trying to say. So the image slider here is position relative. Position. Sorry, I think I'm eating my own words. Sorry. So let's copy this. Okay. Right. So if I refresh, let me just give it a hard refresh here. Okay. Let's say we wanted ballers to be. Okay, so imagine from the left to the right, the left of the screen all the way to the right. It's literally going from 0 to 100. If you guys remember that mini game we created where I explained that the pixels always start from the top left, it's the same concept. So if you're going horizontally, you start from the left and you go to the right. This is computers in general. If you're going from the top to the bottom, if you're going vertically, which is top, you always go from the top to the bottom. If you're going horizontally, you always start from the left and go to the right. It's the same thing how you write in your notebook. You go left to right, okay? Right, now, if this is 100%, right? Yeah. If this is 100%, okay? If baby is from 0 to 100, then ballers is going to be left 100%. Okay. So from baller to C, it's going to be 100% to 200%, right? And the last one is going to be left 300%. Now, the images are now side by side, but we did this manually. I just wanted to show you the manual side of things, but yeah, but
Wow.
JavaScript can do this for you dynamically using code. Okay. I don't want you guys to be creating image sliders, like, oh, I've got 10 images. Let me start right, left, the 100%, 200%, 300%, 400%, 500%, 600%. No, if you ever do that, I'm not going to mark your code. I'm gonna say I don't know you. Of course not. I'm joking. I'm not gonna be that mean, but you guys get the point. Okay. So this is what we want to achieve. We want to make sure the images look like this. Why? Because it killed my CSS. Because
Oh, my water evaporated.
we want to use a property called transform. Okay. Translate X, which can allow us to more or less move the images. You see? You see that?
What?
Yes.
So my water evaporated
Oh no.
and then turned back into water. So like, can I show you what happened real quick? This is so bad.
Sure. Yeah, you can go.
So like, here's my water bottle, right? It has a little bit of water in it. So then it evaporates from the bottom and then turns back into a liquid.
Oh, yikes. Don't, yeah,
It
don't,
literally evaporated.
just make sure you don't let the water, like, wet the car, because, yeah, that'll be a big mess.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'll be a big mess. But this is what I was trying to show you guys, okay? So if we use left, we can use transform and translate X to more or less move the image like this, okay? So I hope that makes sense. I hope the CSS part makes sense. Now we're going to go to the JavaScript side of things because this is where all the fun stuff happens, okay? So yeah, I'll reduce the screen size. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we've done the CSS part, kind of. Let's go to the JavaScript. Okay. So I'll put a comment here. Check for when the page is loaded. Okay. Now, if you guys are confused as to why or how I'm typing really fast, I recently got a new mic, so I'm using 2 hands. Apologies if you can't keep up, but the recording will be there. Okay. So customary console.log, Leon loves to dunk the hoop. Okay.
Sorry, sir, may you please repeat?
Can I please repeat? Where did I lose you?
Probably by when you said, I think you said one word before Leon, I think, because my
okay.
earpiece fell out.
No, it's right. I was saying, if you're wondering how I'm typing at lightning speed, I recently got a new microphone. Okay. So I'm using two hands. That's why I'm going blistering quick, and I apologize for that. But the recording is always there for you guys to catch up on. Okay, and I'm always there to help you as well. And sorry, I'm going to change the font because I don't like the look of that font. Yeah, it just looks a bit nicer now. Okay, so Leon loves to dunk the hoop, so our JS works. Almost. Now, let's create a function that will... Okay, let's just go function generate slider. Okay, so this function will automatically calculate the left position of each image. Okay, and how do we achieve this? Very simple. We're gonna go let's, and we're gonna call these images. Okay, now I hope you guys have taken note of the relationship between CSS and JavaScript, but if you haven't, that's all right. Practice makes perfect. It'll make sense the more you do it. So I'm actually going to go let image slider images, okay, equal to document.query selector all, because I want to capture everything. And then I'm just going to look for this. See this here? That's image slider image. These are the images in the DOM tree, okay? And I'll show you. If we go console.log image slider images, okay? And we put generate slider here. When we refresh the page, you see that? We get 4 images, just like we have in here. But I used the selector that we used in CSS. It should be rudimentary now. Query selector, okay? The selector here is just the class name or the ID. Pretty simple, okay? What do we do next? Let's go for each. So we want to access all the images at once. We're going to use something called a for loop. So for loop means we're going to read all this info at the same time. So we're going to go image slider images dot, sorry, I don't know who's trying to call me now, dot for each, okay, and let's just call it image. All right, and I'll just print it out so you guys can see what's happening. So let me say let us access all the images at the same time.
So
Sorry, did anyone have a question?
Sorry, please repeat what you said.
No, I was saying, does anyone have a question? Ah, there you go.
I don't think anyone has questions right now.
Okay.
Probably later.
Later. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you see, we've got all the images now outside the collection. What do we do? Simple. Let's manipulate their CSS using JavaScript. Okay. Image.
How do we do that?
Easy. Image. So each image dot style, because style is the CSS, okay? Dot left position, all right? Actually, I forgot something here, apologies. I want to put image and index, and I'll quickly print out the index for you. I did talk about the index here, JavaScript to control the index. I forgot to demonstrate that. Sorry. Let me just quickly show you. Okay. So you see how the images go from 0, 1, 2, 3. Now it's very bizarre. Okay. In real life, the number 0 doesn't exist. I can't walk up to Salim and be like, can I have $0? Okay. Salim's gonna look at me and go, I don't know what you're saying. You're crazy. Okay.
If
But
you ask for $0, don't you get like 10 cents?
no, because zero means nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, in real life, zero means nothing. So
Mm,
the weird part is in computers, zero actually represents the start of every number, okay? So if you're going to read numbers in computers, you're always going to start with zero. So for example, here, the baby image, it's always going to be number zero.
mm-hmm,
Yeah? Right.
mm-hmm.
So let's go image.style.left. Remember that left 100%, 200% I was showing you, Cooper, right?
Yeah.
So what we do now is we will go index, okay, index times
Mm-hmm.
100. And then we'll pass the percentage like that. And voila,
Mm.
you see?
Oh, so cool. This is amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it
You see? So
already.
we didn't manually touch CSS. We used JavaScript to tell it that, hey, we want you to draw this image at the left
Mm,
position, this and that and that and the third. Okay?
mm.
We're halfway there. We're halfway there. I know Audrey's about to jump, through the roof. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Not yet.
We're halfway there, ne?
Halfway there, ne? Halfway there.
Halfway there.
So let's go section and let's create 2 buttons. All right. Button times 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll call this one class previous to go back. Previous. And I'll just go previous. Nothing special. I don't think I'm too good to start doing fancy animations. Okay. Next. Okay. So what we want to do now is why are you not showing? Can please someone explain to me? There you
What
go.
happened?
Nah, I don't know what the problem is. Sorry. So the image itself, let's give the image a minimum height of 700 pixels. Okay. Object fit. I'd say cover, yeah. And then object position, center. All right, I'll explain why I did this in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening is when you do position absolute, this here doesn't have a height. If you look to the top left, because I'm hovering, it's saying div.image slider is 775 pixels wide, but it's got a height of 0. So we need to fix that. So we need to go minimum height 700 pixels to get the buttons down here. You see?
I see.
Yeah. No, you still don't get it, Cooper. In due time. In due time.
Definitely.
In due time. So let's go padding.
Definitely doesn't understand, but still saying
No, it's okay. You've got big sister Audrey and big sister Queen Bee. They'll teach you. All right. So we go buttons here. I just want to give it padding. Sorry. So I'll go dot buttons and then I'll go margin 2rm auto. Oops. There we go. Now it's not touching the image, which is good. Okay, we're nearly there. So we want to, let's just do this. display flex. I'll just do it from my head because I already know what's what. Sake of time, justify content center. So dot buttons, button. Yeah, we'll just go padding 25 pixels. Pixel line center. Yeah, something like that. I'm not going to make it too fancy. All we need is like, if we click this, it works. Okay, that's all we want. If you guys want to make it pretty with colors, you can download the code and butcher it. Okay, right. Enough of me rambling. Now, let's create a counter. Okay, create a counter to track. Okay, to track the position of the slider. Okay, and I'll explain what this means. Slider counter equals 0. Okay, right. Let's go function slider. Okay, controls. These are the controls. Now we've got the previous and the next buttons. Okay, so let's just call them now, shall we? Let's go let previous equals document.query selector dot previous. Okay, and then I'll just hold down Alt and Shift and then press the down arrow to duplicate it, and then I'll say next. Okay, and then I'll just change this to dot next. Okay, perhaps what I'll do, I will move this outside of this function because I'll need to access it. All right, so I'll say get the list of all images. Okay, and then here let's just say, yeah, it's all right, it didn't complain, but sometimes you might get errors on this, but thankfully it didn't complain. All right, so what we need to access next is let size of image list equal, we're gonna count how many images are in here. Okay, so we're gonna go image slider images dot length, and let's just do a console.log size of image lists. Now I want to do this slowly so you guys can understand how we can break down this problem, how we arrive to this problem, and how we're going to fix this problem. So function will allow the buttons to control the position of the images based on the counter. Okay, and it will make sense very soon. So how many images are there? Hang on, sir. What's this? Nah, that can't be right. Size of images. Okay. So you can play that game. Okay. I can just easily duplicate it again. It doesn't faze me. Okay. But I don't want you guys to be doing this. Okay. There you go. 4. Okay. So it's saying we've got 4 images. Now here's the maths. Okay. If we click the next button, okay, because the counter starts from 0, it's always going to add 1. All right. So it's always going to keep adding 1 to the list. All right. If we click previous, it's going to subtract the current number or the current counter. Okay, rather than me saying this, let me just demonstrate it. It'll make a lot of sense. Okay. So I'll put a statement here and say, this is the total number of images in Slider. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? If we go previous dot add event listener, which is click, so we want the button to say, oh, if we click do something. So we can go console.log Audrey clicked previous. Okay, same thing. I'm too lazy, so I'll just copy and paste. All right, and I'll go next. Now, I'm not ashamed to admit it. This is how people do this stuff. Okay, Salim clicked next. Okay, right. What are you complaining about? Oh, this. Sorry. Images dot length. There you go. Should fix it. Cool. We no longer need this, so I will comment this out so we get clean slate. Okay, there you go. So if I click previous, Audrey clicked previous. Click next, Salim's clicked next. Now the maths, because we've got a counter here that says 0, we want then to say if, okay. Now this is very crucial. Let's decrement the counter first. So Slider counter is going to be minus. Now, what does this mean? This is shorthand form for Slider counter -1. Okay. Hope I didn't confuse you. You can totally do it like this. Is equal to Slider counter -1. But it's easier to just say minus. So it's up to you. I'll leave this comment here so you can choose if you want to experiment with it. But for the sake of me teaching you industry standards, I'll teach you the first option. Okay. Now let's console log the Slider counter and see what happens. So let's click previous. It's going -15, -25, -30, etc., etc. That's fine, except it's out of bounds. Okay. Remember what we said. Our images start from the number 0. Okay, and they go all the way up to number 4. So technically, no, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3 will give us 4. If you want confirmation, we've got this line here. Okay, so we can uncomment it. You see, image 1, 0, image 2 is 1, image 3 is 2, and image number 4 is index number 3. Okay, right. So I hope that makes sense. Now, we want to do some maths. We want to say if the Slider counter, okay, is less than or equal to 0, we just reset it back to 0. That's it. There's no juju here. It's just simple maths. Okay. So watch what happens. Okay. Why are you always in here? See, it's never going to go below 0. All right. So every time the counter comes back down to 0, it's going to stay at 0. No matter how many times you click, it's going to be 0. Now let's do the reverse. Let's go up. Okay. So let's go, if we click next, we want Slider counter to be ++. again, shorthand form for slider counter plus 1. So another option to do is slider counter equals slider counter plus 1. Okay, I'll leave that as an option, but as I'm teaching you guys, this is a lot quicker, a lot easier to do. Okay, all right, let's go console.log. No, we do have a console.log. Sorry, let's keep that. I want everyone to be represented. Okay, let's go slider counter. Okay, so let's see how many numbers Salim can get when we click next. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it goes. But again, that's a problem. Why? Because we don't want to exceed the number here. Okay, the number of images in the list. Okay, so we've got 4 images. We start from the number 0 to the number 3, but it's saying the length is number 4. How do we solve this? Pretty simple. So we go if conditionals, if you guys still remember your conditional statements, they're very crucial. Slider counter, okay, is greater than. So if the number starts to exceed the number 3, okay, now you might be saying, where's the number 3? Again, let's go back to our favorite spot, shall we? There. So if the number from the next button, when we click next, if it exceeds the number 3, we need to tone it down. We need to lock it to number 3 so it doesn't go up. Okay? So I'll write a comment here and say, if the counter number is reduced to 0, we lock it to the number 0. Okay? And I'll do the same here. I'll say if the counter number is increasing and larger, or no, not larger, but maths we say greater than, greater than the total number of images in this instance, 4, and then I'll put in brackets so it makes sense, 0, 1, 2, 3, okay, we lock it to the size of the image list. Okay, sorry, someone wrote a comment. What's happening here? All right, thank you, Salim. Thank you for coming. The video will be available after this. So now we already know the list is called image slider images. We proved this before. Forget the error. I haven't finished the conditional, but I'll show you now. Image sliders dot length minus 1. All right, before I go forward, I want to ask you a question because I think I'm by myself here. Who can try and explain to me why did we go the list of images and the size of them minus 1? Why did we do that? Does anyone have a clue why we did that?
Wait, can you please repeat your question?
Yeah, sorry. So if we initially try and get the size of the list, it says 4, yeah? But we know that our images are counted from 0 to 3. So my question is, does anyone know why we did image slider images dot length, as in the size of the list, minus 1? Why did we do that? It's pretty simple actually. You might have the answer. What was your answer, Queen?
So, my answer, it's embarrassing.
No. There's nothing called embarrassing. We're all learning. Okay, just give me a hint of what you were going to say.
So basically, you're asking why we're putting the -1, but we start from 0.
Yes.
That's such a question, right?
Yeah, yes.
Isn't it for like going backwards? I don't know. You know when you want to go to the previous picture or something? I don't
No.
know.
Yeah, no, you were close, but not so close. Okay, I'll give you a
Oh,
hint. Console.log, initial size of image list, right? Let's go image sliders dot length. Okay. And then let's say console.log maximum index number of last image, right? Would be image slider dot length -1. Oh, I have to click. Sorry. I have to click this. Do you see why we did -1?
yes, I see.
Yeah. So the number of the list is always going to be it's always going to be like 1 2 3 4 5 blah blah blah. But we want to match the index of the last image, so we go -1. You see? It's a bit confusing. It's so
It
confusing.
is, but it makes sense.
I have to like literally dedicate an entire lesson to you guys and just do the
Yeah,
with you like from beginning to end. But at least now you know. Okay.
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So what we do now is we're going to say if the slider counter, if we click next, if the counter reaches the number 3, in this instance, you can have 10 images, but we have 3 or 4. We have 4, sorry. If the counter reaches the index number 3, we want it to settle on number 3 and not go up. So easy. We just go slider counter is equal to this number here, and that's it. So watch what happens. If we click next, it's never going to go past 3. You see that?
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I'll move these out so they don't confuse you. I'll move these to here. I know Audrey is probably like, oh, Sarah, when can we get to the animation? This is the animation. We're literally there.
No, but this is interesting. I'm enjoying.
Yeah, thank you. So this is me trying to show you how you can tackle this slider image because it may look complicated, but it's so easy. Okay.
So it's easy because you're used to it.
No, it's because Leon's here. That's why it's easy. You see? So now we can go back. You see that? So 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0. You see that? The number's going up and down now. You see this? You see that? Now we can control the number. So now, here's the fun part. Here is the fun part.
Every moment is a fun part, say.
Literally, no, this is literally what Audrey's been asking for the past 8 weeks. That's what we're gonna do now.
I remember actually.
So we're gonna go function and say update image. Okay. So every time we click, we want this thing to get updated. All right. And how do we do that? So we're going to copy our trusted friend here. I don't like duplicating code, but for the sake of this lesson, I'll do it this way. Then we can always clean the code. The secret to programming, if I have to give you a tip, get things working first, refine them afterwards. Okay. So don't try and be a perfectionist from the get-go. do the rough edges first. Once you get it working, you can then fix it, do it a different way the next time. It'll make sense. All right. But enough of me doing that. So what we'll do now, we'll go this fella, did 4 each, okay? And we'll just go image and then access. So now we want to apply the translation this way. We want to say every time we click, we go image dot style dot. In fact, let me do it this way. No, style dot transform. It's all right. Let's keep it that way. We want to go translate X, okay? But what value are we going to be using? So remember, we've got a counter here, right? And we already have our 0, our left positions, okay? So if the counter is 3, we simply go minus, okay, counter times 100, and we give it a %. And that's it. But that's not the end of it. What we need to do is after we click, we then call this function, okay? And we call this function here as well. You see? Let's see if that works. Oh, counter. Oh, sorry. It's slider counter. I got too excited. Sorry. I got too excited. I forgot. It's slider counter. Sorry. Apologies. You see?
Wow. So much work for this.
Audrey, do you understand now why this is something I always avoided?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But I haven't even finished. I forgot one thing. Transition.
Oh,
Let's put 1 second linear. Let's go ease in, shall we? So what's this gonna do? So hopefully it's gonna whoop. See? Hey, what's this fella? Whoop. You see? Whoop.
so can you please do the previous one? Will it work?
I see.
Oh.
Never doubt my code. It always works. You see?
Oh, gee, finally.
Yeah.
She's probably
Yo,
screaming right
I'm waiting.
Audrey's like, I was going to grow old without this tutorial.
Shit, like I was worried, I was worried, but now, yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, you see, and you don't have to do the hardcore maths. You can add as many images here. Like I can prove to you now. I can double this. It's going to behave exactly the same way. You see?
Ooh.
You see? Like that.
Yeah,
Or
we'll probably have to practice that over 3 times.
So there you go. I think I fulfilled my obligation.
No, thank you, sir. This is so nice.
Yeah. So yeah. I've left some hints in the console. So it's gonna take some time to absorb this, but I'm always happy to do an extra lesson to explain this down to the very basics. But I'll let you guys watch the video. Have fun with it. Break it if you can. Change the images, put new images, make sense of it. It's gonna be fun. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for coming to today's lesson. Yeah, I'll probably stop here and Yeah. And
Sir, I also
Yeah.
have one thing.
yes.
Yeah. So say you know, like I don't know, but like on the picture,
Mhm.
it's like they put I don't know, like I don't know if it makes sense, but like the graph and sign, and then yeah, it's like you can press the sign there, and then it goes to the next thing. You get me?
I don't wanna. Ay. No, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
We did this yesterday. Queen Bee wasn't here, but we did this yesterday.
Yeah, I have no clue what she asked.
Okay, so let's say nursery. Okay, let's say we have a page called nursery, right? I know what Brethren Audrey is saying, but I'll just show you now. So we go nursery.html. Okay. Now I'll have to fix the CSS a bit, but it's not hard. We literally just go display inline block. That's it. Done. So this is what Audrey is saying. If we click this, it should take us to the next page. That's all she's saying.
Oh, the link thing.
Yes.
I
but
see.
manje I want to go to Audrey Yakang, and I'll show you how.
Yes. I meant the other thing.
Which one?
Like on the picture, say instead of like putting the buttons here,
Yeah.
like I don't know if it's another or whatever, but like on the picture,
Yeah, they'll be
like
like click here for more info, right?
no, like so it's like basically the same as previous and next to like the
You mean the icons? I'm an icon. Those
the little
icons,
dots.
like
Okay, I think I know
I've
what
seen
you
it
mean.
somewhere. I'm trying to think.
No.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. The little dots. Yes, I know. These ones. These.
Yes.
Okay.
Audrey.
I'll do it tomorrow. If I keep you guys now, you won't have pep. Okay, so I'll do it tomorrow.
I understood what she said, but
Yeah,
also didn't know the name.
I just call them dots. I don't know what they are. I just call them dots. Sometimes they're not dots. Actually, they're like lines, as in
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
like you know how
Or
like
icons.
Instagram has like those things at the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those things.
So, hey, into the hour draw for today. Hey.
You can code till forever. Coding is just nice.
All right, I'll stop here, but tomorrow we'll do the dots exactly from this position. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I also have
Yeah.
another question, one last one.
Okay.
Hacking.
So, Sarah,
Uh,
I mean like never mind. You said you would teach us like the website. I wanted to learn how to put the Facebook Insta thingies there, like on the
The footer. Yeah.
Yeah.
yo,
Like
what's happening? Are you guys like getting offered money, ne? Because
Every website has those things.
yeah, it's
Easy.
manasibone Donald Cruz .github.io. I think I did something similar for my friend, one of my friends. That stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. This is easy stuff.
Easy stuff.
Yeah, very easy.
Doesn't look easy.
Nah, can you guess what this is? You guys know what this is.
What's up?
I just demonstrated it. I put an image inside a link. That's all I did. This is what it is. It's literally taking the image, putting it inside an A tag, and then that's it.
Oh.
So sad. Those are like images from thingy.
Yeah.
Ah.
I thought like you thingy the thing you'd be like Instagram. What, yeah, something like that, Jay.
Sorry, Bantu. Yes, there's a lot I have to teach you, but it's okay. I can
Yeah.
even teach you things like this, where if you click that, it goes up and down, and this and that, like that.
Yeah, we still have a long way. Oh wow.
Yeah, but I can teach you to make something like this for yourself, where you can market yourself, sell your code and all that stuff. So we'll do that because I'm taking about 4 weeks off next month. So if you guys want extra lessons, let me know. I'm happy to help.
Yeah, okay. So one last thing, one last question. Okay, Nick. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
if you thingy, I don't know, but like you're designing a website and stuff, Nick. For it to like, I don't know, but like, well, yeah, like, what do you do, like, to put it on thingy? Yeah, to make it available on Google, something.
Okay. No.
To
I know
publish
what.
the thing, I think.
And I know what
Yeah.
you're saying. Is in how to make sure that anyone else can see it.
Can access it, yes.
Yes.
Fun.
Hey,
Yeah, agree.
where do I start?
She has the same questions
From
as me.
Norway.
No. It's not hard. It's just I'm trying to think of how can I make it easy for you, because there's two ways to do it.
Is it a
So
process, sir?
it's a process of you do your website like this, ne? And then you click the button. Wait, why am I still this? How do I stop recording in this? Here you go.